Indeed, they are. Well, this is a Fox News alert. Charges being filed now against some Los Angeles ICE protesters in connection with the Molotov cocktail attacks. Let's listen in for a moment.
Cocktails at police officers. Last Saturday, one defendant, Emiliano Galvez, hid behind a fence and threw the destructive device at a sheriff's deputy, then ran away. Deputies gave chase and arrested him. That's the video you actually see playing right there. The following day, a police officer apprehended the other defendant, Raki Quigui, after spotting him with a Molotov cocktail in his hand. Officers witnessed him throw the device in the air and then arrested him with a lighter in his right hand. I commend our prosecutors and our law enforcement partners for swiftly taking action against these individuals. Our community must be kept safe for peaceful protests and against thugs and criminals looking to start trouble. We expect more charges to be filed in the coming days and weeks. If you took part in these riots and were looking to cause trouble, we will come looking for you. These defendants are charged with possession of an unregistered explosive device in violation of 26 United States Code Section 5861D. Possessing a Molotov cocktail or another destructive device is punishable by up to 10 years in federal prison. They are presumed innocent until proven guilty. I now introduce the Los Angeles Special Agent in charge of the ATF office here, Mr. Kenneth Cooper.
Good morning, everybody. I want to stand here and represent ATF and the public and announcing to the public that ATF's firmly committed to our whole of government approach to providing public safety, especially with what's going on here in Los Angeles. I want to make it very clear that we are not putting our state and local partners with LA County Sheriff's Office, our Sheriff's Department, or LAPD. We are not pulling them into Title VIII investigations. We understand their restrictions with state law. So this is us coming together when violent acts are committed against the citizens of Los Angeles. And in cases like this, the facts of the case are fairly simple. If you guys see the defendant here, Mr. Galvez, this was during the Paramount riots where Border Patrol was utilizing gas because they were having rocks and fireworks thrown at them and they were being assaulted. LA County Sheriff's Department responded to assist. This individual was identified even by open source media, preparing to assault them with a destructive device. And as you could see, by the grace of God, when he deployed that in a fireball, it luckily did not hit one of the deputies, as it clearly would have caused substantial physical injury or death. ATF's firmly committed. These are the most aggressive criminal acts, and we will aggressively work with our state and local and federal partners to investigate the use of destructive device, arson, or explosives, or firearms to assault our public citizens and our public safety first responders. I guess I didn't even highlight our partnership too. The second case with LAPD, both incidents, ATF was able to work with each of these police departments to get an arrest on individuals that were attempting to harm the police officers with destructive devices.
The Los Angeles Police Department appreciates the partnerships with both our federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies, especially during this time of unprecedented civil unrest. We're going to continue to work with them to ensure that our community remains safe during this challenging time, especially when it involves cases where violence is being conducted against both of our our local law enforcement uniform officers as well as our federal officers during this time. We'll continue to work together to make sure our community remains safe and target those individuals that are doing harm to both our community members as well as our law enforcement officers as they try to keep peace in our communities right now. Thank you very much, and I'll introduce Commander Ruiz from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department.
Good morning, everyone. This is going to be brief. I just want to say thank you to our federal partners for working together with us and moving forward with these prosecutions. On behalf of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department and all of the local law enforcement agencies in LA County, thank you.
If there's any questions, we could take a couple right now. Yes.
How many people have been federally charged so far tied to the protest, and what's the importance of charging federally versus local?
We'll get you those hard numbers later. I know there was at least 9 people charged over the weekend. We've had more people charged this week for throwing rocks at officers. These 2 cases for throwing Molotov cocktails. We've had I think a couple others, but we can get you that full list. We might even do a bigger briefing tomorrow with all the federal agencies to go over that in more detail. Today we want to highlight these specific cases because we find this particular act of violence to be extremely dangerous. As you saw in Colorado, these Molotov cocktails have the ability to seriously harm or kill a person or, and a police officer that they were thrown at. So we want to highlight these 2 cases today, and we'll get you more numbers. The importance of charging people federally is for people to know that there's serious consequences for their behavior, for their conduct. You have the right to peacefully protest. No one's going to stop you. But as soon as you cross that line into violence, you're throwing stuff, you're throwing rocks, you're throwing bombs, that's unacceptable. It will not be tolerated, and we're going to come down with a really heavy hand. And this isn't state court. This is federal court. So you're going to go to federal prison, and you're going to go for many years. So the consequences in federal system are much greater usually than they are in the state system. That's the importance of it. Yes, sir.
Can you talk about the process of catching these 2 individuals specifically? You put out a call to the media and the public to give tips. Was that something that helped in leading to their arrest, or was it intelligence from your police agencies?
Do you want to do that? There's 2 separate cases, so let's take one at a time. We'll start with the LAPD case. Yeah.
Good morning, sir. Specific to the Los Angeles Police Department case, we have a situation where our police officers are trying to keep the peace during a very difficult time on Sunday afternoon when the city was facing this unprecedented violence in many areas of the downtown area. In this particular case, we had a police officer who identified this person holding what he believed to be a Molotov cocktail, and fortunately was able to identify, and several officers were able to apprehend him safely without causing any harm to anyone, especially our police officers. And I just want to point out not only the keen observation skills of our police officers right now during a difficult time, but the courage they've had in trying to take these people into custody. Remember, all of our officers are working long hours right now, and they're tired, but they're still doing the best job possible to keep this community safe and protect our critical infrastructure.
We want to cover the sheriff's case.
So you've been watching as 2 individuals have been charged after throwing Molotov cocktails at police. One of those individuals is here illegally from Mexico. In fact, has quite a history. The Anaheim Police Department arrested him for grand theft, and the Long Beach Police Department for a DUI. Shows up at the protest. He's been deported once and then throws a Molotov cocktail at police officers. Just noteworthy, Bill Essayli sent out that per multiple law enforcement, this is a separate incident. Sources to Fox News, LAPD has arrested 3 protesters who had guns at the protest yesterday. So they're on it. Law enforcement going after individuals, one of whom we know was deported here illegally and then targeted our police officers. We'll keep you updated.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.